Hi, Alex Pulsalides here. In this video, I'm going to be showing how to hot glue the 3D printed sidebars that I offer into the right curvature for a helmet. So here is the final finished thing, and here's a helmet, and if I line that up, you could see that it curves like this way. Let's see if I can show that. Like that. Yeah, there we go. So the sidebars come as individual 3D printed pieces that are aluminum taped together. So the aluminum tape will keep them together and let you, bend them into shape. However, I can't anticipate the shape of each and every single helmet. So this is a step you'll have to do, once you purchase the sidebars. The sidebars come in black or white plastic. If you want white plastic, just select the default option. If you want black plastic, there's an option on my site to send me a message or a note with your order. So if you want black plastic, sure, no problem, just leave me a note. So yeah, so here is that tutorial.
Right, let's get on with it. So you'll need a trimmed Gi-Man helmet, and I will be using this pink one. You'll also need the 3D printed sidebars, which you can find on my site. They come taped with aluminum tape so that it is easier to work with them. You'll also need a hot glue gun with 1 or 2 hot glue sticks. And that's all the parts you'll really need, so let's begin. Basically, you want the curvature of the sidebars to line up with the inside of the helmet like this. You want the very bottom of the sidebars, the edge, to be right inside the helmet, following this line. You don't want them too high like this, where there's a gap between the sidebars and the helmet. You also don't want the sidebars recessed into the helmet too low, like this, as the very top sidebar gets cut off. There's a roughly right way to mount this, and it looks something like this. And you can imagine the plastic visor going over the top of the sidebars without interfering with them too much. You can touch them, but it shouldn't collide. In addition, you want to leave about a 2-inch gap between the lowest sidebar and the bottom of the helmet. This is where the chin boards go. Another thing to take note of is that the very top sidebar doesn't necessarily touch the helmet all the way. There is a bit of a gap between the center of the sidebar and the inside of the helmet. This really isn't an issue, as this is a very awkward angle to look at the helmet from, but this gap will remain. Alright, now that all the spacing has been discussed, we could move on to the actual gluing. Let me get a dumbbell to keep the helmet from rolling around, and let me change the angle of the camera. Now we can begin. I have my hot glue gun all warmed up, and it's ready to go. I'm going to first apply hot glue to the front of the sidebars, in between each of the 8 sidebars. Not too much, as the hot glue gun is hot, and the hot glue is hot, and it can warp the sidebars if way too much is applied. The benefit to using hot glue is that it is very easy to clean up. It takes a little bit of time to set, so you have maybe 10, 20, 30 seconds to adjust the parts before it's kind of permanent. And the hot glue is very easy to remove if you completely mess up and you want to start over. A trick to getting the hot glue off is to throw the part in the freezer for maybe 2 to 5 minutes, and then you can just snap the hot glue right off. So after about 2 minutes of holding it in place, the hot glue has hardened, and now we can apply hot glue to the back inner part of the sidebars, and roughly about the same amount should be applied. After another 2 minutes, the hot glue is set and the sidebar is done. If so inclined, you can add some more hot glue to the center inside of the sidebars to make it even more secure, but I'll do that in a different step. And just repeat the same process for the other sidebar sets. Position, glue, wait, glue, and you're done.
So that's it for this tutorial. I hope you found it useful. So once these sidebars have been glued together, you can take off the pesky aluminum tape that's, holding all these together, or was holding all these together. It should be, not really doing much at this point once you've glued the backside. So go ahead and take that off, as you really don't want different reflectivity within each sidebar. So yeah, peel that off. If you found this video useful, give me a thumbs up. If you have any suggestions how I can make this video better, leave it in the comments below. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll try to get to them as soon as I can. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching.